Hey, I can't be the only one who saw those videos on TikTok where men can't answer questions about female reproductive system. I can't blame them. Up until 17th century, people believed that universe looked something like this. And every drawing of vulva was banned by the church. Maybe because it wasn't invented as a full product? I hate spoilers too. And now we have to live in this post-apocalyptic world where people do bizarre things due to poor knowledge of female anatomy. Like this thing. Menses feminine lipstick. Yeah, that's lipstick for your lips, but from another side of the body. The creator of this thing decided to take word lipstick literally, but misunderstood the stick part. So this product is designed to stick your labia together. Only if the creator of the chastity belt knew that we are going to create this thing. But strangely enough, it's not the right way to use this product. It was supposed to be the main competitor of pads and tampons. But I guess not all women were ready to glue their vaginas. How to sneeze, dance or do large steps is totally up to you. And I won't even talk about hygiene because the thing that is supposed to dissolve the glue is urine. And you can imagine how much trouble is going to cause you in a public restroom. Unfortunately, no one supported this bright mind back in 2017. But it doesn't mean that he has stopped. I present to you TP wipes. Better wipes, better life. Snoring, dry morning mouth, alcohol sanitizer, bacteria/viruses, feminine hygiene, glass cleaning. Up to this moment, I can't really understand if one product is responsible for every effect or it's a different wipe for every situation. Because after sealing your labia together, washing it with wipes after glass cleaning doesn't sound so crazy. Either way, it doesn't make them any better. True Elegance Wipes, our top seller. Are total protection personal wipes that replace toilet paper. A girl or woman uses every day to remove toxic chemical residue from toilet paper, soaps and feminine hygiene products. It's so lame humanity doesn't know about some substance we call water, which perfectly cleans butt and basically every part you want to clean. Toilet paper might have some disadvantages, but I don't think that every country in the world would agree to wipe with something as bad as uranium. Use them for 60 days, you will discover a new feminine reality. Because after 60 days, those wipes will kill the last bacteria holding onto you, and you'll open a new world of diseases. Yeah, not all bacteria are harmful. But what about men? How are they going to get rid of toxic toilet paper residue? Or men don't wipe. But let's not forget about other wipes. Dry mouth and snoring and nighttime drooling. Innovative new solution to wake more rested and fresher. Simply wipe your lips prior to going to bed. TP wipes are a natural hygienic experience that helps your mouth stay closed while you sleep. He really likes to shut things. Have any problems with dry mouth? I have a perfect solution for you. A needle and thread will help not only with your sleep, but they also reduce the number of awkward situations when you say stupid things. Or you could sleep downwards like bats, let gravity do its thing. By the way, sealing your mouth during sleep doesn't help with snoring, and also it's not really safe. I'm definitely having nightmares about blocked nose with sealed mouth. Which means this man doesn't know anything about a female body and a male body. To prove that you're more educated than this engineer, physicist, and just a great mind, you have to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll really appreciate it as a small creator. How would you react if I tell you that I found something even worse than those wipes and lipstick? Natural Repair Vaginal Capsules. Professional opinion on these capsules says: keep the private parts pink and tender, firming and moisturizes, instant itching stopper, detoxification and slimming. This gives me a vibe of Strange Games ads. One pill that can make you reborn. And it's not even a joke, cause they claim that this is a real client's story. I am a soccer mom and I love my 3 kids. By God, they really destroyed my vagina and my sex life. My vagina was like a rug, not only loose but also exuding a weird smell. Do people imagine vagina like a shoe? The more you wear it, the more loose and dirty it becomes. By the way, even after giving birth, it comes back close to the original shape in 6 to 8 weeks. It seems like this advertisement is only targeted on men, cause I can't imagine a woman saying, "Oh, my uterus is so brown and intoxicated lately. And my vagina became so loose that I have to use a roll of toilet paper instead of tampons. My husband always works late and falls asleep after dinner. I don't think he's interested in me at all right now, but God knows how horny I am. My neighbor recommended this capsule to me and assured me that it really works. Love those neighbors who are very concerned with your vagina state and recommend you some random capsules. That happens to me almost every day. I wouldn't be surprised if one of your children is neighbors. Now let's see the result after 6 weeks of using this product. Do those capsules work out for you overnight? It's so absurd to me that I really can't say anything about it. And this is the result after 12 weeks. I can't, I just can't. While I can't show you my lady garden, I can tell you it's moist and firm now. Looks like it could crush a walnut. You know, I'm not surprised. If this capsule can somehow grow muscles all over your body, the place where you put it in should be the most powerful. Is there any vagina wrestling? Cause I think we found a champion. I thought that this story was just a little bit imaginary, so I searched for real reviews on this product. We got 8 reviews and 5 of them are 5-star rating that look like this. And this. Great for a female vagina. Not surprised 1-star ratings were more real. So guys, if you have some discomfort in your private parts, never buy some strange pills or capsules. Go to the doctor. You won't end up with perfect abs, but also you won't harm yourself. Now you see that people who say nonsense on the internet are kind of harmless. But it doesn't mean that they don't worth our attention. Perceiving all the ovulating women in the gym all at once is nauseating, overwhelming. You can smell us ovulating? Like actual smell? An observant man can. The pheromone is very strong. That's probably the smell of your own sweaty butt, cause you really can't smell the pheromones. I really love how people like to compare themselves to animals and how we're like when it's suitable for them. Like, yeah, I cheated on you, but it's an animal instinct. I have to spread my genes. But when someone does something inappropriate, they say, I'm not an animal, stop talking to me like I'm a dog. Well, decide already who you are and wash your body after gym. It's definitely not ovulating women. Learn fruit shape. Strawberry, 18 to 21 years old. Orange, 21 to 27. Pomelo, 27 to 38. Avocado, 38 to 60. Melon, 60 to 80. Yay, finally we're changing the topic to the fruits, but I don't understand what the age means. Oh. But what happens after 80 years? Does it disappear? Please don't ask your grandma about it. If you didn't know, some parts of our bodies grow constantly, like ears, hair, nails, and nose. Apparently, vulva grows too. That's so smart. And what about the male reproductive system? Durables become the size of the watermelons at 80 years old? Yeah, our whole body ages, and our private parts too, but definitely not in the way you see this on the picture. So girls, don't worry, your vulva won't become green at 38 years old. Special message to the creator of this picture. There is a woman you call mom. So you say the same thing about her? Another unpleasant fact about this piece of art is that number 18 seems to be edited as it was 16 before. Disturbing, right? I'm interested if the creator of this post think that vagina changes due to age or to usage. Cause I found an interesting post that could break that concept. Fun fact, go a month without intimacy. You are re-virginized naturally. Source female. And it can happen as quickly as a week, it depends on your body. Poop gets tight, yo. So if you don't have intimacy for like 5 years, is your vagina going to be shut? The hymen, that tissue covering the vaginal opening, can't grow back. Also, I love this trustful source named female. Men are not the only one who don't know how vagina works. You can't say that you know everything about your body because you're a human. Why do you think doctors study more than 10 years? To waste their life? The next case is quite old, but it's so bad that it constantly gets in my mind. Pay for your own tampons if you can't hold it until you get to a toilet. I don't urinate everywhere and expect free nappies. The thing that makes me giggle is actually not that this man doesn't know why women use tampons, but that men don't urinate everywhere. But wouldn't lie, it's not only men's problem. When I was in Prague, I saw 2 children in 1 week who were urinating in the center of the city with the help of their mothers. Basically, there are 2 types of mysterious theories about women's anatomy. It could be that women pee and have periods through one place, or that women can control their menstruations. Maybe some of them believe in both. My ex got super angry at me once because I got period while sleeping at his house, and some blood got in his mattress. He argued it was the same as peeing his bed, because women could control their periods like pee. It happens because men constantly forget about training their girlfriends. It's easy, just do everything that you would normally do when training your cat or dog to pee at the right place. Let your girlfriend menstruate in the corner for an hour or 2 and she's ready to be normal again. You know, I'm ready to be walked like a dog because anything is better than what I'm about to show you. Ladies, stop using your vacuum hose to end your period early. You're gonna wind up sucking a lot more than blood. There were 2 cases of this so far this week and both women had to be admitted. Just stop. As you see, women don't know anything about their bodies too. Yes, I'm trying to avoid a reality where women try to use vacuum to end their periods early, or to end them at all. After those stories, list of things to not put up in your vagina seems like a great idea. You're joking about putting a TV in there, but women tried their best to find a suitable household appliance. Only if they knew that you can stop your periods with water. The pressure of water temporarily stops the bleeding. Not really. They could have tampon in, but even if they didn't, the pressure of water kinda keeps everything in. Water cuts off blood flow. Let's think of it for a minute. If water can stop bleeding with pressure or something like that, why don't doctors tell us to jump in the water having a wound? Probably because it's not cutting off the blood flow as dramatically as you might think, especially if it's hot water. Of course, periods is not a wound, but I still would questioning swimming with sharks during menstruations. Which, by the way, is not true either. Sharks prefer usual blood, water picky eaters. Another good reason to learn female anatomy is to Photoshop photos at least at 1% more believable. I'm not even talking about the fact that they made her skin look smoother than a polished ice. But where have the bones gone? I don't remember women dropping their pelvic and hips on the floor. Apparently the person who did this thought that walking on a smooth sticks is not so practical but aesthetically pleasant. This woman, for example, has hips, but no space in waist area. Making unrealistic body types to make women even more concerned with their body shape is such a great advertisement. I hope now you see why understanding our bodies is so important. This knowledge may help you to not harm yourself with uncertain products, to understand each other more and to not judge people by things they can't control in their bodies. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I am a small creator and it is really important for me. Bye!